Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Just wanted to make a fairly quick little video about purchasing a used phone off like Letgo or OfferUp or Craigslist or just something like that. Not really so much like eBay because you have different protections on eBay, and I'm more talking about someone where you would meet someone locally and pay them cash or even a check. Most people are going to want cash though. I don't think hardly anybody takes a check anymore for a phone. I guess you could do like a certified check, a money order or whatever. But the actually that wouldn't be a bad idea, a bad way to go about it. I didn't do that. It might have left me a little bit of recourse had I done that. But so let's back up a little bit. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. There's numbers in your phone if you're not aware of. It's in my settings. EMI number. You just go to settings, go to about on a Droid anyway. I don't know about an iPhone. And the about's at the very bottom, and it tells your phone number, it tells your serial number, and it tells the IEMI number, which is an international code. So that's you can get that IEMI number, and you can just Google websites to track IEMI number or something. Just put in IEMI number, and there'll be places or apps even that you can plug that number in, and it'll give you the history of the phone and who owns it and whether it's locked or unlocked most of the time, but it's not 100%. So here's what I thought I was being smart was it was a couple years ago, and it was an Galaxy 9, Galaxy 9 Plus, and they were had just came out, and there was one on Letgo for sale. Well, I can't remember if it was Letgo or Craigslist, to be honest with you. But I bought it from someone locally, and I met them, and I told them meet me at shit. I can't think of the name of the damn phone carrier now. Darn it, I just drew a blank. Anyway, they were. It's not Cricket. So I just looked at that not long ago. Anyway, they're associated with T-Mobile. They're like a more of a local use carrier service provider, and so you get a little bit cheaper rate. They don't work so well if you're like traveling in between places. They don't have as much coverage. They share someone's tower, so during peak times you get slowed down. But they are quite a bit cheaper, and at the time that was working just fine for me. I was happy with the service that I got from them, and but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, but they were with T-Mobile, and that's who the phone software, that's who the phone came from, was T-Mobile that I was going to buy. So I thought, well, I could go meet them there. They're part of T-Mobile. They should be able to tell me if the phone's cool to buy or not. So I had the guy meet me there, and I took it to the lady at the counter, and I asked her, I told her I'm buying this phone. Could you check and make sure that it's unlocked and that it's not stolen or anything else, that I could buy this and not have any repercussions? And being that the phone had just came out, I didn't get it like it wasn't an unreasonable deal. It was definitely a couple $100, maybe even $300 cheaper than what I could have bought the phone new from a retailer. So I did get a good deal on it, but it wasn't a steal or anything that was unreasonable, which was another thing you can kind of look for. Someone selling something for way cheaper than what it normally would go for. There's probably a reason for that. But anyway, the lady at the counter told me the phone checks out, that it was unlocked, and there was no reason I couldn't buy it. And so I paid the guy right there and handed her the phone, and she put a new SIMS card in it for me, and I was off and away. And then about 2 months later, my phone wasn't working. And I messed with it, and I figured out that it wasn't unlocked. That there's ways people can get a phone temporarily unlocked by saying that they're going overseas, or there's other, because of military, or just that they're going overseas. And there's things they can do to get a temporary unlock on it. And had I went to T-Mobile, who was the provider on the phone, they would have been able to tell me that. But instead, I went to this other place, and they gave me bad information. And I went back to them and told them that I had point blank asked them, why did they tell me that it was okay if they couldn't guarantee the information? I mean, what they should have just told me, sorry, man, we can't help you. You should go check with T-Mobile. But they didn't, and anyway, my phone was locked. And I went to T-Mobile, and they refused to do anything about it. Even though the other phone company, the lady agreed that if I needed to verify to T-Mobile, that she had told me that she looked and it was okay, that I wasn't a party to a theft or anything. Basically, T-Mobile, I wasn't their customer. They did not care to help me, and I tried calling several times to see if they would. Sometimes you can call back to different people, like service reps, if you're having a problem and you get the right one, they'll help you, but that didn't work on that case. So I ended up going to a under-the-counter deal through a local phone repair shop, and they changed the IEMI number for me. It took them about a week, and I had to pay another $50. So I still got a good deal on the phone, and I was able to use it until I sold it myself to someone else for when I bought a different phone. But I had to do a week without a phone. Well, actually, I didn't. I have a little cheapo emergency phone that I keep for in case there's a problem. But so I had to go through all them headaches, and since I'd done a cash deal, I couldn't really get back at that person and go confront them about selling me a phone. And I think what had happened was a lot of times they can just report their phone stolen. They don't have to file a police report. They don't have to lost or stolen. And then they've already got a new phone. The insurance claim has been paid out, and they're not going to go back on that. So if you want to get a phone, if you want to buy a used phone, there's nothing wrong with that. You can save a little money. Have the person meet you at the provider. If it's Sprint, go to Sprint. If it's Verizon, Cricket, T-Mobile, I just for life of me can't remember what that damn Metro. Yeah, I'm sorry. That finally came to my head. Metro. That's and they're under T-Mobile's umbrella. Anyway, I would strongly suggest just meeting the person at that place. For one, it's not like an amazing amount of money, but it's still a little chunk of change to buy a phone, and that's a good public, safe place to meet someone that you don't know, and you can hand the phone right to the company, and they can tell you whether 100% the history on that phone. Get the person's name. Remember write down the details. Maybe not. You don't even have to get the person, the lady, or guy, or whoever, the sales rep that helps you. Get that person's information and write that stuff down, the date. So if there's ever a discrepancy, you can show that you went 100% the right way about trying to verify this phone through the company that sold it, and you'll have a little bit of a recourse. And also, it would, if someone is up to no good and slipped one by somehow, or trying to slip one by, they're right there with the phone company. So they can put a flag on that and make sure that person doesn't take somebody's money that may not be able to figure out that they could activate the phone in a behind the scenes or in the back channel way or whatever, however you want to call it, under the counter way. But there's no 100% guarantee that that will be forever. It's a very slim chance. But if the insurance company would have found out that that phone was active or did a search or something, they could have it shut down again. I'd have to go have that done all over again. So, anyway, that's a good way to avoid that in a way that you can protect yourself if you buy a used phone. So with that, I will sign out, and I hope everyone has a great day. Lots of love. Bye. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.